What's up, Facebook Tribe? So you want to know how to go from good to great amidst the turmoil and challenges of COVID-19 lockdown and the coronavirus health pandemic? Well, today we're going to give you some epic examples of how we are and how some of our tribe members are, and we're going to give you a morning dose of motivation. All that and more coming up right after this.
My name's Rad Burmeister. I'm one of the co-founders of Unity Gym. That's my brother there, Yanni. We are both the co-founders of Unity Gym and the Unify Movement System, and we're using a whole bunch of new software here. So if you're new to this, please excuse us. Only a week ago we leveled up this whole production. We're using a full HD digital SLR camera, and there's a little bit of teething problems, as there always is with new technology. But we are the co-founders of Unity Gym, where we turn driven people into superhumans. And the reason we do that is that we've created a really unique program that has a balance between strength and flexibility. If you want to know how we do it, you can grab one of our free blueprints, the Strength, Flexibility or Nutrition Blueprint. Today we're talking about going from good to great. Yanni and I were just having a conversation out on the gym floor about... Now, before we say this, we always have to have a disclaimer, because there always seems to be a negative Nancy out there that wants to remind us of the the problems that the world's going through, which we kind of feel like saying, well, yeah, of course, we've all recognised the problems with the COVID-19 pandemic. There's a loss of life, and there's big risks for a lot of people, but we want to try and move past that and look at where the opportunities are, because Yanni and I have just finished reading a book called The Obstacle is the Way, and learning about stoicism, which is all about finding the good in any situation. And
maybe it is stoicism.
Being stoic. Anyone wants to, if anyone wants to chime in and let us know, Yanni and I,
stoicism is a philosophy. Yeah. It is stoicism. Yeah. It's a philosophy, and it was made popular by many popular people.
Marcus
Aurelius. Trying to think of
was a big one. Yeah, and where a lot of people see hurdles. I saw a meme on the weekend, which I did get a little chuckle from it. I get it, but it is also there's a deep meaning behind it. And the meme was this picture of this guy building this massive elaborate sandcastle with a big wave coming behind him, and the wave was about to crash over him, and the wave said COVID-19, and then above the guy it said me, and then above the sandcastle it said literally everything that I've worked my entire life to build, being an adult, being independent, my career, and it was this image of COVID-19 coming to crash it down. And that's one way to look at things, and another way to look at it is that there is going to be some big opportunities that come out of this situation for the people.
Well, it's a huge opportunity. I want to jump in. Sorry, you just asked me so many times not to interrupt you, and I've done it.
That's all right. I haven't been used to being able to talk on this show.
Yeah, I was letting you go. I want to jump in and say that what people need to start looking at this thing as is a bit of a reset button, and when everything gets reset, it provides an opportunity for everybody, to
kind of like your razor, right?
To make something
your
razor's been
reset, right? Hasn't been put on for a while.
I haven't shaved for ages. It's funny, on that note, my son said on the weekend, my oldest son, 4.5 years old, comes up to my face with this really peculiar look on his face, and he goes, "Dad, why is some of your hair white?" and he really was like quite perplexed by the fact that I've got some sugar and spice going on in here, or salt and pepper, do they call it?
I don't think they call it sugar and spice,
salt and pepper, whatever it is. Fucking hell, I'm going grey. It's Monday. Anyway, look, it's the big reset. A lot of people that I watch who are motivational speakers and I guess motivational coaches and things like that, they're talking about the big reset occurring. And I believe that that's the way we need to look at it, because, yeah, it's very, very tragic. It's very tragic. There's a lot of people getting sick. There's a lot of people dying. There's a lot of businesses failing. There's a lot of people losing their livelihoods. We're all in lockdown. It's awful, I know, but who benefits from focusing on that and dwelling on that? Nobody. Absolutely nobody. Zero. There is no one out there that can tell me that it's beneficial to sit there mourning what you've lost. So why not pivot? Oh, I don't want to use that word pivot. Don't use the word pivot. It's been used too much. Why not change the way you view this? And when you start to look at it as a reset, Gary Vee in one of his daily videos, Tea with Gary, said it's one of those one step back, two steps forwards opportunities for the world. We all have to take a big step backwards, and for those of us that are being hit really hard, it feels like 10 steps backwards. But I assure you, it's only a step backwards with the opportunity to take 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 to 10 steps forward. And there's going to be a lot of silver linings that come out of this, and I want to be an early adopter of that concept and that mindset, and I want all you guys to be too, because even as little as on such a micro level as what Rad's doing with the workouts with our daily at-home workouts, I'm watching him improve. We're watching firsthand. His cardio fitness is getting better. He's getting leaner. The workouts are becoming less challenging, which means that his body's evolving to them. And this is all done with zero equipment. Anyone can do this stuff, and it is literally making you better than you were before. And there's so much opportunity for this right now. If you're locked in at home, there is so much opportunity for leveling up, whether it's that you learn something new, whether you study, whether you do an online course, whether you totally revolutionize your business that you're in to reach a different market entirely. All of those people that are scrambling to go online, you figure out side hustles whilst you're forced to go on annual leave from your work, or you lose your job and you get some of the government's financial assistance. There is so much opportunity in this, and we can go, people that have the ability or the consciousness to go who are seeing this as a positive, they're going to have the opportunity to go from good to great. But you have to be seeing this from a positive light. Yeah, and
there's always going to be people that see the negative and the roadblocks, but that's just the way we are. Not everybody, I guess, is has it within them to see that. But you have to you make a decision as to who you're going to be. You either make a decision as to whether or not you're going to be somebody that rises to the challenge. And the best stories, nobody likes to hear the story of the dude that got out of school and got given a great job, and without having to do much, they were just a good-looking person that got promoted, and everything just worked out well for them because their dad or mum were friends with the directors of the companies or whatever. Nobody likes that story. The stories that everybody likes to hear are the story of the person that had nothing. And even despite their best efforts, just when they started to get somewhere, a fire came and burnt down their factory or burnt down their house, and they had to start again. And there's so many of these stories. We hear them a lot in the books that we're reading. I mean, in the Obstacle is the Way, I think they were talking about Nikola Tesla, was it?
Yep.
Was he the guy that invented the light globe? Was he the?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. He was, this concept of the obstacle is the way and stoicism. He was, his factory was burning down, and it was a factory that was filled with, gadgets and chemicals and all this stuff. And it was when he got there and his children were there and the firefighters were just standing back, it was the most spectacular blaze of different colours because of all these chemicals in there. And he said to his son, run back and get your mum. You've got to go. And his son looked at him and said, what do you mean? Why are you looking happy in this? And he said, no one's ever going to see a fire like this in their lifetime. Go and enjoy it. And people were just perplexed by what he was saying. But in the moment, he realized that there was nothing that he could do. And because there was nothing he could do, he thought, well, I'm going to enjoy watching my factory burn to the ground. And he came back within a very short amount of time to his company making like $1 million revenue in the next year afterwards, which comparatively to nowadays was like a company being burnt to the ground and then making $20 or $100 million or something. Way more than that. Like it was an astronomical amount of money that he made the following year after it. And yeah, that's, it just depends on how you look at things, as to what you're going to get out of it. And we're certainly, something that we're doing is we're using this as an opportunity to, besides the fact that we're connecting with all of you on a higher level by doing these daily workouts and continue to do these shows and leveling up this production, we're finishing renovations in our gym that we just literally haven't had the time to do for years now, so that when our gym members come back, their gym's going to be totally finished and ready to go. And
that sorry to cut you off, but it's important to say that's despite us knowing what the future of the gym is. There is a very real
not knowing what the future.
Not knowing, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm in negotiations with the owners of the building, and they've put their foot down and said there is absolutely no chance that we're letting you stop pay rent, and any rent that you don't pay for the foreseeable future is going to be owed to us. So we're just going to accrue this surmountable amount of debt. So there is no way that we can foresee the future. But that doesn't mean that we dwell on that and go, oh, stuff it. Well, we're not going to do anything, and we're going to, we're still finishing the gym. We have to
act like we're going to be successful and everything's going to be okay.
Absolutely. Despite that, we're doubling down. I was here all weekend, sacrificed my entire weekend to work on this place because I see it as an opportunity, because there's no members here on Monday morning, so I can leave it as a mess, basically. All we had to do was make sure that the shot in the daily workouts video was clean and tidy. And other than that, there's tools and plaster and all sorts of stuff everywhere, because I was fixing walls and making it look pristine, because I want our members to walk back in a few months' time and just go, oh my God, how busy have you guys been? I mean, there are a handful of our members who are still paying us membership for the online and things like that, and I want them to see that their money's gone to a good place. I want them to know that we haven't just taken it for granted that they've stood by us.
And this is a good opportunity that I wanted to say for those of you that are our online members. Some of the overwhelming feedback that we've had for a while is that the Thinkific site that all of our courses are on is quite confusing, and people don't know where to start, and they get overwhelmed with the amount of information on there. We've invested in having an expert rebuild that site. It's the equivalent of a very top of their game web developer rebuilding a website for you. And that Thinkific site has the possibility to be HTML coded, whereas all that I've done, me being a personal trainer and learning how to use software, I just literally used the template that they gave us and chose a black background and put a few pictures of me up there, and that was it. And so the experience that you are all going to have with our online coaching is going to be far more enjoyable, far more simplified, and far more understandable as to what it is that you should be doing. And that we've pushed the button on that. We're starting the brief today, and that we're told will be finished by the end of the month, by the end of April.
And it's a huge financial commitment. You'd fall over if you found out how much we were spending on that. It's double the cost of having our website rebuilt. And it's an American company that's doing it, so whatever they bill us, we have to pay double right now, because
almost
our dollar
triple
is
what we spend on our website.
Yeah, our dollar is so bad at the moment. And that's just one small example. The moment this all happened, we went all in and spent every cent we had in savings on new camera gear to level up. So, and there's risks involved in spending all of this money right now. Of course there is. But if we lived our life always freaked out about what if, we wouldn't be here. On the flip side, though, we have been preparing heavily for this moment for a long time. You know, we've been, some would sort of say, doomsday prepping the company to prepare, diversifying our business to be online and as a brick and mortar business. That was no accident. You know, we started doing that 18 months ago, and this is how Rad and I live, and Richard. You know, this is how we live. This is how we approach everything. And I'm telling you right now, I'm telling you that the very fact that we're sitting here talking to you through a Gucci, beautiful new top-of-the-line Sony camera with lens and all of that, and
well, not top of the line, bottom of the line for a DSLR, but a hell of a lot bigger than an iPhone.
Yeah, that's right, and better than a webcam. And that
we didn't get the top of the line one because we couldn't afford it, but we.
Well, you know what I mean. It's a testament to the fact that this mindset shift works.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
to start seeing every obstacle as an opportunity, not as a problem. You know, it's so important that you guys understand this.
Yep.
And I guarantee you, I know that not everyone watching this is a business owner or a personal trainer. I do know that we have a lot of people in this group who are fitness professionals, healthcare workers, things like that. And I really, really mean this. You have an opportunity to go from good to great through these challenges, and it starts with the mindset shift.
Well, we've spoken about our attitude and what we do. Let's talk about what you can do now. And we've laid down this challenge, the 30-day UMS challenge. And if you can get onto it whenever you want. It doesn't matter if you didn't start with us. You can start tomorrow. It starts with daily meditation by downloading the app, Waking Up app by Sam Harris. You can create a free account. And I did a post where I said, who's in this? And everybody put their name down. Only last week. So if you scroll down, and somebody linked a free 30-day trial code. So you can actually unlock the full app for free for 30 days if you put in that code. And you start doing your daily meditation. And the second step is you need to get this book, and you can either get it on Audible or you can order it. And we're going to be adding to the morning ritual in 2 days with 10 minutes of audio book or 10 pages of book every morning. And the next thing that I just want to say one more thing. The next thing that you can do is, if anybody is thinking to themselves, well, you know, I'm not a business owner and, you know, I've lost my job. That is the perfect time to think to be planning for when business goes back to normal, and business owners and employers are going to be looking to hire.
That's
and
right.
Prepare yourself to position yourself to be better than everybody else. How do you do that? Number one, be as fit as you can be. There is so much research that shows that fit people are, more highly regarded when they're up on stage. So put yourself into a position where you are fit and well presented. And number two, upskill.
Yeah.
There's so many free courses that you can do. How many books have you got that you haven't read? Whatever it is, how many projects do you have that you started but you shelved because for whatever reason you wanted to just hang out with your buddies on the weekend?
Yeah.
Now's the time.
Now
Pick up
is
that
the
book
time.
again.
Absolutely.
Start reading it.
What I was going to say before is the reason why we say meditation is step one is because for many of you, you'll need to clear space. There's a lot of noise in everyone's head and you need to clear some space. You need to be able to turn down the volume on the things that aren't important so that you can take in the important messages in a book like this, So start with that 10 minutes of daily meditation. And then we want you to level up by starting to reprogram your mind. And the best way to do that, your brain is a computer, guys. It's a supercomputer that requires software installation on a regular basis. Just like your smartphones, your tablets, it starts to break down if you don't continually upgrade the software. And the best way to upgrade the software is to read good books. Now, I know that many of you won't be readers. You won't be a literate type person. So to sit down and read a book cover to cover in a week or a month will be too much to ask, and that's why we say Audible is a great solution for you. Just 10 minutes a day is equivalent to about 10 pages. I used to listen to Audible at 1.5 times speed, and that took a little bit of practice, but I found I got through stuff a lot quicker. And I've trained myself to now read about 20 to 50 pages a day before I go to bed, and that equates to around about a book a week to 2 books a month, depending on the size of the book. So yeah, it's I can't stress to you, this is how I've reprogrammed my mind. It hasn't been an accident, you know, and Rad's the same and Richie's the same. You just got to do this, and you got to make the most of this time.
Yeah, I mean, it's for us. It started with it starts with a desire to want more. You know, you think to yourself, I want more in my life than what I've got now, and then Yanni and I, we seeked out business coaches that we paid a lot of money for, like a lot of money, like $50,000 in 1 year for one of our business coaches. And that was when we started to get exposed to this stuff, and we had people telling us the same thing that we're telling you now. You guys have this for free. You've got us talking to you every day telling you this stuff. So if you've got that desire, and you've found somebody that has the ability to give, you know, to pass on the knowledge and to give you this, to lay out the steps in front of you, it's up to you to just walk that path now. You know, if you get told this is the next step for you to do it. And I think one of the biggest problems that people have is they get too overwhelmed with all of the different things that they could be doing. And that's why I love the Waking Up app, because the Waking Up app by Sam Harris, it's the first meditation course that I've ever done where he really he teaches you to recognize and identify what a thought is, identify the difference between consciousness and between focus, and to disassociate yourself from certain things, and to understand what's going on in your mind, rather than just saying quiet your mind.
Yeah,
focus. Like he gets you to do these exercises during the meditation, and you come out of it going, wow, I never thought of things like that before. I never understood it, and it's a really powerful thing to do, and it is the first step, because failure to launch is the biggest problem most people
I've tried 4 or 5 different meditation apps, and Waking Up by Sam Harris was definitely the breakthrough for me. I didn't find the other ones I really connected with the concept of meditation very well. Yeah.
And look, the last thing, you know, of course, we're here for, our bread and butter, and what it is that we do is we teach movement. We teach people how to be strong, flexible, and athletic. And every week we have an opportunity for you to jump in and join one of our programs at a heavily discounted rate. And our programs are well worth every single cent that we charge for them. We have over 120 5-star Google reviews to back that up. But right now, you have 2 great opportunities if you want to really level up your physical capability. Number one is that the Muscle Up Masterclass, which is hands down the ultimate upper body physique development program for if you're in lockdown, with the lowest financial commitment for the equipment that you'd need. Just a set of gymnastics rings if you've got somewhere to hang them. You can even find a way to loop them through a door. You won't be able to do the muscle ups, of course, if you do that, but that's on discount right now for another 20 hours or so. And we just announced over the weekend that our at-home workouts program, we've taken that off, being a timed deal, which is what we always do. And we do that because we want to reward action takers. You know, there's people that are ready to really throw their hat in the ring, and we want to reward that. But because of the situation with these at-home lockdown and self-isolation, we've had so many people say, I missed out on the deal. So we decided to remove that time restriction for the at-home workouts program, so anybody can get that. It's an amazing bundle, $495 value for $29. There's links for both of those programs on this page, and you'll be supporting us to stay open and to keep doing this stuff.
Absolutely, to finish this gym and to level up our online. A couple of quick shout outs, guys. Steve Kavanagh, active in the group this morning, has given us some feedback that that's going to go a long way, leveling up the online Thinkific site. Trust me, man, what we're planning is going to be huge, and it's going to be about a month in the making. It usually blows out, so you can probably double that time frame, but we'll do it as quickly as we can. And Bronwyn saying that she's been doing the 18-minute stretching routine every day, downloaded the Extreme Ownership and on Audible and started listening and ordered my rings, setting an example for my kids, especially my 17-year-old who's feeling daunted by the world that's been left at his feet. It's not a step backwards at all. It's a reset and a time of opportunity. Cannot agree with you more, Bronwyn. I just wish more people thought like you, quite frankly.
Where are you in the world, Bronwyn? Let us know. And that is amazing. You're really taking massive action and taking ownership, extreme ownership. So well done.
Yeah, absolutely. Lee Clements listening. Yep, reset. She agrees. Guys, honestly, I cannot stress this enough. I believe that this is going to provide an opportunity for people who may have been suppressed, their abilities, their true potential was slightly suppressed, because it's hard to compete with the big boys that have had a head start against you. But this is going to level the playing field. And it provides an opportunity for all of us, for companies like us. If you go all in now, if you don't waste another moment in despair, wallowing in despair and in your rut of negativity, if you just snap out of that, if you start to cultivate positive mindset, you're going to become creative, you're going to open the doors to creativity, and you're going to find solutions to these problems. It starts by clearing, turning down the noise, turning down the negativity with that daily motivation, learning how to take extreme ownership and understanding that concept, and that is a choice that you can make, and then taking immediate action. It's just, oh man, I'm excited. I'm excited for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow for another cracking workout at 7 a.m. It's peak week this week, so I'm pushing myself and I'm pushing you. And have a great day. We'll see you soon.
Health is about performance, not just body image.
You better be willing to accept what you're going to have to do to get there.
We'll start focusing on movement goals, strength goals, flexibility goals.
When you nail that skill, that's there forever.
The body image goal doesn't get you that far.
It's the consistency and frequency that's going to get you there. It's not the intensity.
There's no shortcuts to mastery and movement. Destination doesn't change overnight, but your direction will.
The gym is not the place to beat up the body that you hate. It's the place to build the body that you love.
We are the gym that teaches people how to move instead of just exercise, because we believe that health is about performance, not just body image.